UK tax is one of the most important topics when you want to practice as an ACCA. Now, UK is one of the most taxed countries in the world. I know it is very, very surprising point, but UK is one of the most taxed countries in the world. So then comes the question that why should we be familiar about UK taxes? The reason being, because it is one of the taxes which is very popular after US tax in the entire world. So when you want to work in a multinational company, an exposure to this UK tax is going to give you a lot of added advantage. Plus, one of the very important pointers here is also that guys, if you want to practice for any of the European countries back office work also, or you want to practice in their tax work, UK taxes act as a base. So when you learn about UK taxes, when you study about UK taxes, you are not just studying with respect to working for the UK companies only, but for you, the other European countries are also open now. Yes, there are tax differences. Let's say when you talk about UK tax systems and the Ireland tax system, for example, there are tax differences. But then the basic concepts, the basic calculations, they remain same. So understanding the UK taxes will give you an added advantage for the entire European market also, or on the entire European countries. So welcome to the UK tax orientation session. I am Anshu Budhia, and yes, all of those who are not knowing much about me, I am a chartered accountant and a US CMA and qualified for my papers also that I teach in ACCA. Also, I am teaching ACCA for the last 9 plus almost 10 years, and I am a tax expert and a tax consultant by the nature of my work. And I deal in overseas taxes as well as domestic tax. So with my experience and with the teaching experience and the practical experience that I carry, I see a huge urge, a huge demand in the UK taxes because of the lot of outsourcing work which is there, not just for the UK entities, but for the European entities as such. I know then comes the very other question that why there is only 50% passing. I mean, why only 50% of the students they pass this UK exam and the balance don't pass it? Because I know there is one thing that we always carry, and which is UK taxes or any taxes, let it be, it is completely practical. So it is very easy to clear. This is the notion that almost a lot of students carry, and they tell me that, ma'am, taxes is very practical. So it should be cleared in first go and we should not face any problems. But then why do we need to join a class? Why do we need to study here? Because what you need to know is not just the UK taxes theoretically, but also how to apply them, how to do the calculations here. In the skills level, your examining team, your the syllabus that is there for your ACCA exams, it wants to test you for how much are you able to understand these tax laws, how much are you able to calculate the taxes, the income, and all the calculation parts, how much are you thorough with it. How it is going to help you further. It is not just going to help you in clearing and acing in your exams. It is also going to give you a strong base when you want to specialize more in these taxes and you want to take up ATX as your optional paper in your strategic level. Additionally, it is also going to help you in your practical applications, because when you know about your law properly, when you know about your taxes properly, their calculations properly, and then when you combine it with the practical learning of how to use the software, how to file the returns, how to look into appeals and so on, then this perfect combination makes you complete ready as a professional to act as a tax consultant post your qualification. So the UK tax subject hence becomes one of the most prime important subject for your ACCA. The next thing before I proceed further into this orientation session is to make you all completely aware of one fact. And guys, this orientation session is not just for the students who would be enrolling for the sessions, going for the classes, but also for those students who wants to take up their self-study. Okay, and they want to do it in this way. Though I recommend you to go ahead with the sessions, with the classes, the reason being that will give you much clarity and that will make your concepts, your base, your calculations, applications so much crystal clear that when you practice as a tax consultant, as a tax accountant, the things are always very pretty clear in your mind. So the application becomes all the more easier and convenient. You have any questions and queries, feel free to ask me in the chat box. Next thing that I want to take up is many of the students, they come to me and say, ma'am, we have received what you call as exemptions. Excuse me. For us, the UK tax paper or the taxation paper in ACCA is exempt. So then why should we be going for the UK tax classes? For the very reason that people, why do you want to close one of your open doors, one of your very important practicing area? Like when I started with my career, I started with my career as an auditor, as a core stat auditor. But then gradually 2 years down the line into my work ex, I realized I'm more better a tax consultant and I enjoy doing tax work. With the background of my having the understanding of Indian taxes, UK taxes, US taxes, lot of tax work was open to me. I could work for an Indian company, for a UK company, for a US company, and a lot of other companies, plus carry on my own work. And trust me, for the last 14 years, I am doing progressively good as a tax consultant. So this UK tax paper is not just to make you ace in your ACCA exams, to make you absolutely clear for your UK tax paper and help you and aid you when you take up ATX as an optional paper in the strategic level, but it is also aiming to make you absolutely ready as a tax consultant, understanding the laws, applications, so that when you qualify as an ACCA and you look for the different work areas and the streams, you know tax is also one of the streams which is open for you. So my recommendation to all students is do not take up exemptions. Yes, do not take this tax exemption specifically because this UK tax is something that generally we don't study in our on our regular curriculum. So make sure that you are clear with this, you are understanding this completely so that your one complete work area is open for you and the application when you do it in ATX becomes absolutely smooth. With this, I am starting with the tax orientation session for your June 2026. Consider me as your mentor, as your guide, and feel free to ask me any of the questions that you may be having, be it from any nick and corner that you have for your taxes. Feel free to ask me. Okay. Now, this orientation session is focused on making you aware that what all we will be doing here in the class and what all is expected by the examiner. Because people understand, I know the passing percentage in UK taxes paper is very good. It is almost 50%. But then it is almost 50% only. That means out of the 100 students that have appeared, only 50% cleared the exam and the balance 50% did not clear the exam. So comes the question, ma'am, that means examiner is looking for something that they did not deliver? Yes. So what is examiner technically or typically looks for in the exam? Please look here. Examiner typically focuses on When I talk about the UK tax as a skills level paper, number one, how better understanding of law is there. So we need to understand law. Now, do we need to learn law? No, absolutely. There will be no rote learning in the class. I will be taking every pointer, every concept, and I will be taking it in detail, making you understand so thoroughly that any question from the topic that is coming up to you and you are absolutely clear to do it. Okay, now number two, what is the examiner looking for? Your speed and accuracy when you solve questions. So your question solving ability. In skills level, it is not about interpretation much. It is about question solving ability of the student. How well you are able to do section A, section B, and section C questions with the correct timing, with the correct working. This is also our focus area in the class, because I will take section A separately, section B practice also separately, and section C also separately, and we will be doing a mix of section A, B, C questions, so that any question thrown to you and you are absolutely crystal clear in solving it. Next, what is the next thing that an examiner will look for when we are judging your paper? It is not just only the better understanding of law, it is not just the question solving ability, but it is doing all that in the timed environment. So we need to work on the speed, and how will you be able to do it? By doing more and more practice. How will we do practice in the class? In the live sessions. So you'll have a lot of homework, you'll have a lot of practice session, you have a comprehensive question bank that has got more than 1,000 questions in it, and all that will be provided to you as a part of the curriculum. Now, better understanding of law, question solving ability, working in the timed environment, and lastly, framing your answer. Very important, especially when you're doing your section C question. It is very important that even if you know everything, how well are you presenting your answer? How well are you framing your answer? That becomes a very important point when it comes to your UK tax paper. Guys, in the past, lot of my students have garnered a rank, have been able to get AIR1 also in tax paper. And why this has been possible? Because we have done consistently a lot of practice in the class. You get regular homeworks in the class, and if you are a self-study student, please make sure that understanding of concepts will not again alone give you marks. You need to do an extensive question practice that may just be around 600 questions at least. Okay, so you need to do extensively the question practice of section A, B, and C, and in a disciplined manner in the class, to make sure that we do it in a disciplined manner, organized manner, and a structured manner. We always have planner, and this planner is provided to the students early only. Okay, so in the first week only the planner will be provided to you. That will give you date wise when will you have the practice sessions, what all will be covered, which all chapters we will be covering in that practice session, and that will give you an kind of an advantage. You would know beforehand which topics will be covered when, so it will give you time to prepare those topics before it. Okay, and I would also mention whether we'll be covering section A questions, section B, or section C. So accordingly, your preparation will start from the first week only. We will not wait for the syllabus to end and then start with this prep. No, we will start with the prep early on only. So by the time the syllabus will be end, you will be completely exam ready, and mocks is something then that we will be focusing on. Okay, so let's first understand what is your exam paper going to be, what is it is going to include, and what is this exam paper, is going to be structured like. So let's look at the structure of this exam paper. Understand, guys, I know it is a skills level paper. Typically, you have 2 questions in section C, but here in tax the pattern is a bit different. So look here. Here we have again 3 sections: section A, section B, and section C. You will be getting total time as 3 hours that will be given to you to do the exam paper. And yes, that includes parallel reading of the question also. How to solve section B questions in the desired time, how to solve section C questions. I know it is a very challenging time. It is a very challenging part, but in the class, we try to ensure that in the timed environment, we'll do it and ensure that you do it in the same time. Now, section A will have 15 questions from every nick and corner of the syllabus. Yes, absolutely, it can be tested from anywhere in the syllabus. Then we will never be starting with anything which is called as important, because everything is important here. What I will be doing is for every chapter, at least we will be practicing 20 to 30 MCQs. Section A and section B combined, we will be practicing at least 20 to 25 questions. So in the class only, if you say, we'll be doing around 500 to 600 questions bare minimum. Okay, and look at the exposure that you will get in the class, the quantum of questions that you want to do. And for the self-study students, make sure that the same quantum is done by you at your end also on a consistent basis. Okay, so here you will have 15 objective type questions, and each question will be for 2 marks each. Total you will get 30 marks. Will you have any part marking? No, no part marking will be there. Then section B, we will have again 15 questions, but how will you get these 15 questions? They are not random questions from anywhere in the syllabus. They are absolutely from 3 case studies, and these 3 case studies can be from anywhere in the syllabus. Based on every case study, you will have 5 questions. So 1 case study, 5 questions, like this you'll have 3 case studies, and when we have 3 case studies, it will give us total 15 questions, correct? Each question again of 2 marks, and here also you will have 30 marks. Totally section A and B gives you 60 marks. Now here also, do we have part marking? No, you will not have any part marking here as well. Okay, no part marking here as well. Now coming to section C. Section C will have 3 questions. Very important to focus on, because typically in skills we have 2 questions. Here you'll have 3 questions. 3 constructed response questions we call it, because here you will solve this question completely, show the proper working notes. So in section C, the presentation becomes a very important factor, because typically in section A and B, you are just writing the final answers, or you are selecting the correct option, or filling the blanks that what you are doing, correct? But in section C, you are doing entire working, complete from end to end every working, and section C is manually checked by the examiner, because section A and B are not manually checked by the examiner. Okay, out of these, 1 question is of 10 marks, and that question can be from anywhere in the syllabus. But yes, when we do the syllabus, when you proceed ahead in this, I would be guiding you time to time that okay, these are the topics that we can generally expect in the exam. Okay, next, when we have the 2 remaining questions of section C, they are of 15 marks, and out of which 1 question will be from individual taxation and 1 question will be from corporations. So yes, we need absolutely thorough practice of individual taxes, corporation taxes, so that we can crack this, and getting full in section C is not difficult. Yes, students do get easily means a little bit of effort. 70 plus is very much achievable in taxes, and 90 plus is also the marks that have been achieved by the students by just studying in a consistent way, going along with the classes and studying consistently. So total you have 40 marks. But when I do the grouping, I don't group section A and B together. Rather, I always group section B and C together. Because section B and C requires time to read the questions, requires time to solve it. So this 70 marks becomes very important for us to manage in the desired time. So overall, this is your exam summary for 100 marks. Okay. Now, do you have any questions and queries? Feel free to ask me in the chat box, guys. I am here as a mentor, as a guide to help you over there. Now, let me take you to the different chapters. Look here. You will be covering approximate 23 chapters in the entire syllabus that you will have. One thing that has been always been asked also by the various students is always, ma'am, will you be covering the amendments also that have taken place for this June attempt, which will be applicable till March 27? Absolutely yes. In the class, I will be giving you all the updated material. Okay, and I will be taking all the amendments in consideration, so that what you are going to be covering and what you are going to be studying in the class will be completely fresh material, will be completely the questions which are expected to be tested in your exam. Okay, and the complete, if there is any amendments that have taken place, I will make sure that these are all covered in the class thoroughly. Okay. Now, please look here. So we have introduction to the tax system as the first chapter. Now, the computation of income tax liability, these two are generally clustered together. Okay, and this computation of taxable income and income tax liability is thoroughly important, because be it section A or section B or section C question, this is always very much asked. Remember, when we're studying, you should always study in a pattern. So first is to take this block, only this block. Second, we will be taking this entire block till self-assessment of individuals. Self-assessment of individuals, I will be taking this entire block, and this is known as block number 2. Why I'm putting blocks? Because you will be having the block-wise mocks also in your exam, in your class. So in the class, we will also do block-wise mocks. Third block is the next chapter, and third block is this IHT. So this is third block. One block more I think I can create here. Wait. So till this point you will have second block. This is a third block. This is your fourth block. Why I'm taking this block like this? Because it is chargeable gains, and chargeable gains will always be tested in your exam much in deeper way. So you need to be absolutely thorough with this. Hence, we are taking it in this block. Next block is corporations. And this is the last block, plus VAT. So guys, can you see I have divided your syllabus into 6 blocks, and this is how we are going to be studying, and we are also going to be having the test in the class. Yes, but test I will not be taking 6. I will tell you how many marks I will be taking, but we will be always covering the chapters as a cluster, as a block. And then when we do the practice session of the entire block together, you will be absolutely thorough with all the chapters that are covered in a block. The reason being, individual chapter wise section A questions, yes, we can have. Section B, quite difficult. Section C, absolutely not there. So we need to combine few blocks and then do the cluster of questions. Clear? Okay, so how do we approach with our classes? We will be taking every chapter in detail. We will be doing certain questions in the class, and then I will be giving you a question bank that you have to complete in as a homework after that class. Okay, so you will have to do the homework regularly, and we will be having the practice sessions in between. Every week I will be keeping it. I will tell you the schedule also, and according to that we need to make sure that we are following, we're abiding these practice sessions, making full use of it, attend them live regularly. Guys, if you miss out on attending them for any reasons, recordings will be provided on the same day only. You don't have to wait for the next day or the next day and message and ask, ma'am, when will the recordings be uploaded? They will be uploaded on the same day only, so that by the next practice session you will be absolutely ready with your questions, with your solving that you have done. Now, let me take you to the batch details, that how our batch is going to be structured. So please look here, and I would suggest even the self-study students to ensure that you are covering all these for your areas as well. But for the self-study students also, people, what is very much required is that you are practicing in properly and in complete understanding. No rote learning is desired. As in my class, I make sure that my students have everything on their tips without rote learning, because we revise them so much in the class, we revise them consistently again and again in the class, so the students don't feel the need of rote learning. And this is a religion that we have been following religiously throughout our all the sessions. Okay. Now please understand, the batch structure is that we will be taking the class completely in English language. Anybody having any language issues, anybody who's not able to understand English language, or who has trouble in the English language, you go through the lectures, I'm sure you will be able to understand it, because I use very simplified English, the day-to-day English that we hear. No fancy words, no decorative statements. It's you and me, that direct English I use. And after that also, if you find any challenges in understanding that particular pointer, I am available. We always have a WhatsApp group where all of the students will be joining over there, will be connected in the WhatsApp group, and all the queries that you have, you will feel free to put it there, to put it to me personally, and I will solve it. If you are having any understanding issues, any language barriers, I will overcome that as well. Okay. Now, the breakup of the classes is, you will be having, I'll give you a breakup of the concepts class and the practice sessions. Now guys, very good news, with the concept classes also, I take up a lot of questions in the class, and for this I will give you the pre-recorded videos. Why? Because I have seen students that sometimes are not able to attend the class regularly. There are many times, for some reasons, they miss out on one session, and then the next session they don't join because they have a fear, oh, I have not completed the last session. And then the sessions keep on pending, and it just delays your study, which I don't want. So I want you to use your time and do the concepts topics regularly, complete them at your pace with the pre-recorded session. Tentatively, they are around for 60 hours. Now, practice sessions of section A, B, and C that I will be taking live in the class, and some questions like section C, some question I will also be uploading as a pre-recorded lecture also, some questions, so that whatever questions we are doing, apart from that, there's some questions that I will upload. You can always refer to them again and again, so that you have any kind of understanding issues, they will get sorted over there. Practice session is generally 90% live. Okay, it will be generally 90% live. So that means majority of the time we will be solving them live in the class. Okay, and you will be coming up with like hundreds of queries. You will be resolving it over there, because like I told you, the second requirement of examiner is how well you are able to do the questions. So with the practice session, I make to ensure that you are able to do the questions well in time, without any glitches, and with absolute understanding. And since we do it live in the class, if you get stuck anywhere, I'm there to solve it as soon as possible in the class only. So the things get resolved there only. And understand, you will have your live practice session every Monday at 7 p.m. IST and every Thursday at 8 a.m. IST. I know you can ask me a question, ma'am, why one time you're keeping morning and one time you're keeping evening? Because a lot of students, they come to me and they say, ma'am, sometimes some have day shift, so for them, they prefer evening time. Some have night shift and they prefer morning time. So to ensure that both the categories of the students are catered to, they're not having any troubles, I keep these live sessions, one session in the evening and one session in the morning. And like I told you, these sessions will be uploaded on the lecture day itself only. You will be having an app, you will get access right towards it, and you'll have viewing rights and all these points. For that, I will tell you the website to visit. You can always visit www.bbvirtualsglobal.com, select taxes, and you will get all details. For enrollments also, you can do directly from the site only. Okay, let's go back here. Now you say that, ma'am, you'll have two practice session only. No, no, no. I'll give you one more session, and that will be a query session that we will have combined for taxes and ATX, so that the queries and the basics understanding, everything will be resolved for you on Saturday. So with this, I will have a query session on Saturday also. And these sessions I will take on Zoom. The query sessions will be taken on Zoom. Okay, and may come up as many times, ma'am. If you want to speak, can we? So we will discuss all that in the class. If there's a need to give you audio rights, I will give you, don't worry. So we will take it on an open-ended discussion forum in the Zoom session every Saturday. So you have got one query session live on Zoom. Okay, I hope that everybody is able to hear me and my YouTube video is clear, audio is clear. I think some glitch came up, so a technical glitch. Just tell me, I hope it is all clear and you're able to hear me. Can just somebody give me a thumbs up for it? Am I visible? Am I clearly audible? Okay. Okay, now let's proceed. So you'll have two sessions live for the week where we'll cover the practice part. Apart from this, see, here also you can ask me queries, but if you want to ask me more queries and you have, more queries come up, it's okay. We will take a session on Saturday as well. So yes, practically you'll have 3 sessions every week, and that is practically focusing on practice. Okay, so we will be having a lot of focus on practice session only. And conceptual clarity, for that I'm giving you the recording. I am giving you the practice sessions live in the class. For that also you will get recording. I have written it tentatively around 30 hours, but definitely it goes beyond it only, because we try to do as much practice as we can so that you have absolute clarity of the concepts and their applications. Now comes very important part, ma'am, mocks. Typically, I give you 2 full syllabus mocks and 2 mid syllabus, like the blocks that we complete, and I give you 2 mocks that time. But then this is something that even I can increase to 1 more mock basis the availability of the students, basis on how much are you really interested in taking up the mocks. If you guys are very much into taking more mocks, I will not mind preparing 1 more mock for you. So we will have these mocks, and these mocks will also include the discussion of your pre-June 2026 mock. Yes, that will also be covered. Yes, absolutely. I will also be covering complete revision sessions and the doubt sessions before the exams. So the last 2 weeks that you have, typically these 2 to 3 weeks, we will be focusing on making sure that your syllabus is thoroughly revised. You have those marathons, for section A, B, and C, so that absolute clarity is drawn by you. Now, you can check the marathon sessions also, that is there on my YouTube channel that I've taken for PM in the last attempt. So for the taxes, we'll have again a marathon session to make sure that these pointers, section A, section B, section C, are absolutely clear. And yes, even the self-study students would be able to join it later on, but the dates and all will be nearer to the exam only. Okay, now when would technically we'll be able to complete the syllabus comes a question mark. By mid of May, I will make sure that your syllabus is completed, your mocks are covered, your question practice is done, your conceptual clarity is there. I mean, everything is covered by that time, so that then we will focus on revisions, on doubt sessions, on doing more and more question practice through mocks. So we will try to cover, and the marathons. Okay, so yes, we will have marathon session for tax also. Now, my focus in the class is to give you a mix of concepts clarity plus extensive question practice. Like I've given you, estimated hours are 90 hours practically, where you're covering concepts and doing extensively question practice. Typically, this will not include your mock test time. So just when I include mock test time, it goes beyond 100 hours. Why? So that I can give you as much information, as much data that I can give you, so that you excel in your exams in first go only. Now, as a bonus bonanza, people, I will be offering 2 practice sections on YouTube Live, and that will be absolutely free. Yes, I will be coming up in the next 1 week. I am going to be coming up with these 2 free live practice sessions live on YouTube. For more details, you have to subscribe to my channel and make sure you follow it, because I will be coming up with the dates of this free YouTube practice session. All details will be shared, so please follow my YouTube channel and subscribe it if you have not till now. Please join my Telegram channel. The links are all there in the description box, because all the dates will be coming up over there. So do join these 2 practice sessions, which are absolutely free live on YouTube. We will be focusing basis on some chapters, how to deal with section A, section B, and section C questions. Okay, then detailed topic wise planner will be shared with the students. So when you join in the first week only, you will get a detailed topic wise planner. Detailed. Okay, that in every practice session which topics will be covered, the detailed planner will be given to you, so that you are absolutely well aware of the topics that will be taken in the next practice session, and you can prepare yourself much better till that time. Okay, so I think it is something that is very good step towards making sure that you are getting the 100% question solving clarity as well. Okay, then like I told you, we will have the batch completion technically by around mid of May, that you will get your batch completion to be done. Yes, I will give you 15-20 days time to prepare for your study, for your revision, for your doubts, for queries. In the meantime, we'll have the sessions like marathons, revision sessions, pre-June mock. Everything will be covered during that time. Okay, I will just give you a look typically how a study text looks like, typically how our question bank looks like, and on top of it, I also give you handwritten summary notes, though which I type it, so that it becomes very comfortable for you to go through it. So yes, I give you my summary notes, and they are always have received the positive feedback from the students, because they say, ma'am, it acts as a one-point solution, acts as a one-step solution, and you don't have to really go through anything else when you need those last minute notes for your revision purposes. So I give you that as well as a part of the classes. Yes, I will share the summary notes. For every chapter, I will share the study notes. I will share the question bank also. So allow me a minute, and I'm just going to give you briefly a look at how it would look like. So just have a look here. This is something that I'm going to be sharing with you all in the class. Just have a look here. Okay, please look at my screen. So this is my study text that I'm going to be giving to you. Yes, absolutely. You don't need to buy any other content. I'm giving you a comprehensive study text, and I give you a compiler of the questions where which I've compiled from different sources, so that a lot of sources, good questions are compiled at one place, and I've read through them, and then I've taken those good questions which I merged into kind of comprehensive questions also, so that everything is given to you in a one-stop solution. Okay, these are the study text. Now you can see in this study text I have given you the text, and I've given you some questions also. These are extra questions apart from your question bank. So just see, like in this chapter of property income, I have given you around 25 questions alone in the study text, and the question bank will have more questions, around 40-50 questions coming from one chapter only. And this is all going to be given to you as a comprehensive package. The PDF copies and all will be there on the app, uploaded, and it will be made available to you. Now just look at the notes file also, which I will be providing to you. So I'm giving you a look to that notes file. So just see, these are the notes that I will be giving to you in the class. Like, this is for property income. These are my custom created self-typed notes, of course, where I do, when we are doing in the class, I would give you these handwritten workings, handwritten notes, and then it is a complete summary which is available to you as a one-stop solution. I hope, guys, any questions, any inhibitions that you may be having for first why should we take UK taxes, number 2, why we should not go for exemptions, and number 3, how the classes will be proceeding ahead, what are the batch details are absolutely crystal clear. You have any doubts, you have my number which is there in the description box. You can connect to me on the WhatsApp. You can connect with the team at bbvirtualsglobal.com, and also the number that has been mentioned in the description. Join my Telegram channel to get all the free content that is there for the UK taxes, and also not just for UK taxes, for PM and ATX also is made available to you. Okay, all that will be made available to you. Okay, all that is available to you at free of cost. The materials, the Telegram joining and all. Yes, for joining the batches, all the details are there on the channel. Rest details I've shared. Still any queries, connect with me on the WhatsApp, and please share this video with more of your friends so that everybody can take advantage from it. And subscribe to my channel because we are coming up with more and more videos sooner. Next is the ATX orientation session. So people who are aiming ATX, join me at 4 p.m. today on 14th of March 2026. Any questions, any queries, come to me. Well, one more pointer that I want to add on, just the last one, that people, we always make WhatsApp groups and all of you will be part of the WhatsApp group. So you're free to ask me any questions there also, that either I will take up in the WhatsApp or I will solve it in the class. Thank you all for joining for the session. I'm sure I will see you in the class. Good luck. Connect with me if you have any queries on WhatsApp. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video with more of your friends so that a lot of students can benefit from it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.